Hello everybody. It is 5 o'clock in the morning and I have been up for like 3 hours. I cannot sleep. I wanted this video up on Sunday, so I figured if I'm not sleeping anyways, why not just film it now? But anyways, if I look exhausted, it's just because I've been up for a few hours. You know when you've been up and it's like, if I fall back asleep now, I'm gonna feel even worse when I wake up for the day. I was kind of at that point, so I figured I would just get up. I got a whole bunch of stuff done. But this video's been on my mind for a while because I am doing things very differently this time around, and I don't know how well these things are gonna work out. Some of them might be a disaster. If you have experience with any of them, comment down below what you went through. But I thought it would be fun to talk about kind of what I'm doing differently this pregnancy. With Laura, when I was pregnant, I was 20 and now I'm 27. And that's a huge amount of like growth and change from, you know, your first baby to your next. And I feel like my perspective on a lot of things has changed, as well as my priorities. And so I thought I would talk a little bit about what I'm doing differently this time around. The cat's down here. I'm filming this in the basement because everybody's asleep upstairs and I did not want to disturb. But the background is not pretty, and the cat, he was begging to get in, so I let him in. We'll just start with right from the get-go, the birth. I actually get to have a birthing plan this time that's my own, because with Laura there was a lot of complications. I didn't get to decide where to deliver. My body didn't even get to decide when to deliver. I was induced. The only thing I basically got to decide that day was pain management, and everything else was kind of decided for me. I couldn't even hold her and do skin to skin. So this time things are going to look really different. I have a delivery plan in place and I get to make it all my own, assuming things go the way that they're supposed to, and I don't know that they will. Obviously a lot of things can go wrong even in the very last moments. Who knows really how it's going to work out, but this time I have the opportunity to even like put a birth plan in place. But it does kind of put my mind at ease knowing that I get some control in the situation. I'm looking forward to that process more this time. Some things I'm going to be doing differently. Specifically, I'm only going to be having Clayton in the delivery room. With Laura, I had her dad and my mom, and I think at the time that I really needed my mom there, and I'm really glad I had her. But this time it'll just be myself and Clayton. He's like more than any amount of support I could ever ask for in a partner, and I just think it'll go the most smoothly if it's just the two of us. So that's kind of the biggest change I think that I'm making. Not that like I couldn't make that decision with Laura, I got to decide who was there, but that's kind of like the main one. Okay, this next one I get looks for every time I say it, but we are planning on doing cloth diapers this time around, and there's a few reasons for them. One, I just think they're kind of neat. I don't know, they have like cool designs and fun colors and like so many things, but there's obviously bigger reasons as well. Financially, it is a huge money saver, especially if you get them secondhand. Now, they can be pretty expensive. It's like 20 bucks for one diaper. Oh my gosh. But if you buy them secondhand, like I literally just went on Facebook Marketplace and I typed in cloth diapers, and there's people selling like bundles and bundles. I think that because A, cloth diapers are not used that much, and B, some people think it's gross to get them secondhand, then people sell them for like way marked down prices. So they say that you should have at least 36, and I've been able to secure more than 36 for less than a month's worth of disposable diapers, okay? And these are like the grow with me kind. Yeah, we're planning on trying out the cloth diapers. I mean, like worst case scenario, I hate it. I said to Clayton, we only have to get a month's worth out of them before we can just switch to disposable if they're really not working for us. And then we will have already made our money back, and then we'll just resell them. With cloth diapers, a lot of people think that they're really gross, but a breastfed baby's poop is fully water soluble. So something else I'm going to be doing differently is hopefully breastfeeding this time. Laura and I had quite a battle with it because she wasn't able to eat the first 4 weeks, and so by the time she could, she had lost her ability to latch, and then I was trying to pump and it just wasn't working. So I'm really hoping that this time I'm going to be able to solely breastfeed. Again, that's kind of out of my control, so if I can do that, that's like my goal and my plan, and then the cloth diapers will be easier as well, so it just kind of, you know, works out. So that's another thing I'm planning on doing differently, is breastfeeding. And another thing is taking a maternity leave. So with Laura, I guess under like general circumstances, the 6 months that I took off would be considered to a lot of people like a full maternity leave, even more, especially if you're from the States. But here in Canada, we are given the choice of 12 to 18 months for maternity leave. And so for me to take 6 months really wasn't like the full leave. So this time I am planning on taking the full leave, but that is because I am currently enrolled in a college diploma program. So I'll be spending my time off doing that. I do think that if I didn't have like this opportunity to be in school during this time, I honestly probably would not take the full maternity leave again, just because I go so crazy at home. Like with Alora, it was just a matter of I had to get back out of the house. I had to be involved in things. And I honestly don't think that that aspect of me has changed that much. But because I now have something else to dedicate some focus to and I can still be at home, then that will be the best option. Like my schooling is completely online and I know it's going to be a challenge. I'm looking forward to a challenge. Okay, this one I am not so sure, like I'm sure I'm doing it. I have no idea how it's going to go over, but we are going to be skipping the bucket infant carrier seat. I'm planning on just going straight to the convertible car seat. So we'll have the infant newborn insert in it, obviously, in the beginning. And then it'll just grow with him as he grows. And in the beginning, we'll just do a bunch of baby wearing. We'll have a Snuggly with us wherever we go. I find the bucket seats super inconvenient. They're awkward to carry. They're so heavy. You're not even supposed to like be carrying things that heavy for the first little bit. Kids outgrow them really, really fast. Like Alora was definitely outgrown hers by like 11 months. And because convertible car seats last so long, it really just makes sense to go straight into that instead of purchasing multiple different car seats. But I also am planning on baby wearing this time. I didn't with Alora. I couldn't with Alora. She refused to. I don't know if exactly what it was. I remember trying it with her when she was maybe like 4 or 5 months old, and at that point it was too late. She did not enjoy it. So with this one, I'm gonna start baby wearing right from the get-go. Clayton and I both are. The plan is to basically have him on us constantly. So we're gonna try that out. I hope it works. Gonna try it right from the get-go, especially because we won't have the bucket car seat. Oh, also a note on the bucket seat. One of the reasons I'm not doing it, I'm just like super paranoid, but people leaving babies in bucket seats, you know? I've heard about it far too many times, and it scares me so bad that like you drop off the baby somewhere and then they end up staying in the bucket seat because they fell asleep or whatever it may be, and I'm just so scared of that happening. And so you eliminate that problem completely if you don't even have a bucket seat for them to be in. So this kind of ties in with the cloth diapers, but one thing I'm doing differently this time as well, I'm doing everything secondhand. I have no intentions of purchasing anything myself brand new. I plan on doing everything secondhand until he's like at least 2 years old. They just grow so fast, and so I find a lot of the secondhand clothes are in extremely good condition because they've been outgrown so quickly. But I'm also doing everything like furniture and stuff. My sister gave us a crib. She gave us a change table. We've had an incredible opportunity to do everything secondhand this time. And even like down to the diapers, a lot of people would argue that the sustainability of cloth diapers really isn't like significant compared to disposable, especially when it comes to water usage and stuff for washing them. But I think especially if you're buying secondhand and you're not pushing into that reproduction of more and you're just using what you know has already been produced and it's ready to go, then really you are eliminating a lot of that waste, especially when it comes to the production of it. The last thing I'm doing is using this opportunity to grow individually. I wouldn't say that I didn't do that like intentionally with Alora. I think there were aspects of me that absolutely did grow, aspects that had to, aspects that I pushed to. But most of my response coming out of that like first birth and the newborn phase was like a trauma response to the, oh my gosh, I'm gonna cry because I'm pregnant, to the situation we were in and being in the NICU. And then coming out of that, I was in such a strange headspace. This time I'm in a space for much more personal development. Obviously I'm going to be in school, so that's one thing, but I've also been able to work out a lot more throughout the pregnancy and stay really active, and I'm looking forward to carrying that in to my time after the baby's born, as well as mentally. I have been pushing myself so hard mentally to just stay healthy, and I'm hoping that that carries over, because I mean, if you've had a baby and experienced any kind of postpartum anxiety, depression, OCD, whatever it may be, you understand the like impact that can have on not just your parenting but your life. And so this time I've been focused really hard through the pregnancy on my mental health, and hoping that can carry over throughout the newborn phase when everything's like trying to regulate again. that aspect of personal development that I not only didn't consider as strongly because I was just young, but also because I was so focused on, you know, where we were at in her health journey and everything coming out of that. I didn't really have the mental clarity and opportunity to pursue personal development. So I am looking forward to seeing how this whole thing just like helps me grow and where it takes me. This pregnancy I found has been so different from my one with Alora because I am older and more mature and I have very different outlooks on like health and a lot of things. And so I'm excited to see how that carries out into my parenting, but also again, the personal side after the baby is born. But I'm just excited to have the opportunity to do it again and kind of do it differently and my way and, you know, from a different perspective this time. So yeah, that's what I'm doing differently. Some of it sounds like a little bit crunchy, making those decisions. It's what's best for our family and that's where we're at. So thank you so much for watching. Comment down below if you guys did anything kind of different or any of the things that I've suggested and whether you love them or hate them. Comment your tips for baby wearing. Oh my gosh, I'm actually really nervous for it just because I did struggle with Alora with it. And I hope I see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great time.